First things first, I salute the divinity in you. I respect the divinity in you, each and every last person who listens to my listens or hear the sound of my voice. I just want to come, hopefully, bring you guys some value, bring you some positive energy, hopefully, give you a word of encouragement or something that's going to uplift you as you proceed along the strong end, or for some people, the weak end, and something that maybe you could take on your journey in this life. You have to understand how to apply the information or the knowledge. Applied knowledge is where the power is. Concentration is where the power is. Focus is where the power is. So I came across something in my reading this morning, and I want to share it with you. It's Dr. Joseph Murphy. I'm a student of Dr. Murphy's. I love his work. He's unbelievable. Anything that you find by Dr. Joseph Murphy is going to probably be a classic. Is going to help you understand you better. I don't want to say it's going to help you escape anything, but he will give you some insight. And I think the insight that he gives is very, very valuable. But I just want to read something. The book is How to Use Laws of the Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I was reading this morning. Your early training. All of us, when we were young, malleable, and highly impressionable, received suggestions regarding religious belief, opinions, superstitions, false beliefs, and prejudice from our parents, uncles, aunts, clergymen, teachers, and others. All of us accepted the suggestions, beliefs, language, customs, and traditions of our parents and environment. We had no other choice. We could not reject their suggestions and indoctrination, as we had not yet reached the point in our lives of discernment or the capacity to differentiate between that which is false and that which is true. Listen to this. You were not born with any religious beliefs, fears, taboos, or strictures of any kind. Like all of us, you were born helpless, ignorant, and completely at the mercy of your parents and those entrusted with your care. You were born with only two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of noise, both of which represent God's alarm system in you to protect you. All other fears were given to you. I suggest to people that they examine the origin of their beliefs, religions, concepts, and fears, and see if they contribute to their health, happiness, and peace of mind. You can eradicate and expunge, means get rid of, from your subconscious mind anything that was learned, acquired, or copied by you in your youth. In other words, you can recondition or reprogram your subconscious mind along the lines of eternal verities which are universal and belong to all men and women. These eternal truths are the same yesterday, today, and forever. I read this morning from How to Use the Laws of Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I would suggest anyone to get the book. I think so far it's been good. I've also been reading The Master Key by Dr. D. Lawrence, which I find to be pretty good too, because it deals with your mind. So far it's been a good read. But what Dr. Murphy's suggesting here is reprogram yourself for your success. Okay? Basically, you didn't have a choice. You were born into a religion. You were born with certain beliefs because it was suggested to you. Find your own path. Find your own truth. Find out what you believe. Question why you believe the things that you believe. Learn the laws of the mind. Understand yourself. And when you begin to soul search, I would call it, know that the truth will set you free. Not what your mother told you, not what your father told you, not what auntie and uncles and your pastor or anybody else. Find your truth. Search, research, do the work. Some people call it shadow work. Some people call it the dark night of the soul. Some people call it whatever you want to call. But what I'm suggesting is that you put in the work. Dr. Joseph Murphy is a good place to start. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. That's a great book. It's a classic. If you can get a hold of The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Murphy, you will be doing yourself a great justice. Because what he helps you do is he helps you understand who you are. He helps you understand the power within you. And as we go along this journey, and as you go along this journey, and as I go along this journey, don't forget to share. I also was reading, I'm going to read a couple of notes. I'm going to keep it moving. The Master Key by Dr. D. Lawrence. This is what I got from so far from the Master Key. Not the Master Key by Charles Hanley, by the Master Key, because someone asked me about this and I figured I'd dive into it because people keep on confusing the two books. So I decided I would dive into Dr. D. Lawrence for a second and see what he's talking about. And boy, and people, it's a surprise to me, but I'm loving it so far. Here's what Dr. D. So in the beginning of this book as I'm reading, Dr. D. Lawrence says thoughts are more potent than words. Pick up what he's saying. Your thoughts are more important than what you say. You have to contemplate on what you say before you even say it. So your thoughts are more important, or more powerful, I should say, more powerful than your words. It's the source. It's the origin. The origin of anything you say is your thoughts. Before you say it, you have to think it. Okay? You have to feel it. It has to come from within. So you process your thoughts and then you speak it. But the internal world, or the thought world, is very, very, very more powerful than the logos, means the word. Words can be empty, weak, while thoughts are always strong. Words don't really matter if then they don't have a conviction, or they don't have a power to it, if they don't have any force. But what's always strong is your thought, is what your thought. So make sure you have great thoughts. Make sure you have good thoughts. Make sure you have thoughts of what you want, and make sure you have good thoughts of others, opposed to judging others. Because by the same measure that you judge, you will be judged. So if you say, oh, this person, I can't stand this person, basically what you're doing is just saying that about you. Give out the right energy. Tune in to the right vibration. Get in tune with the right vibration. If it's success that you want, tune in on that channel. If it's health that you want, tune into that channel. Stop looking outside of you. You have to tune in what's strong in you, what's vital is your thoughts. Think about it all day. Think about it. What else he said? We must think things to feel them. So, if you say, I don't think this person likes me. Well, you thought that. You thought that. Did you ask the person why they didn't like you? Or you asked the person why you thought that they didn't like you? So you have to think something before you can feel it. Oh, I feel that this person isn't a good person. Well, why did you feel that way? Because you thought something, because you observed something with your eyes, your five senses, smelling, touching, tasting, hearing, seeing, your five senses. And with your mind's eye, whether it's your third eye, but if you see with that one eye, with that mind's eye, you begin to see whole. You begin to see the whole picture. But you can't feel something until you think it. So know your thoughts. Get in tune with you, with your star player. Don't just put bullshit out into the universe. Just don't put crap out there. Know why. Examine your thoughts. Examine your thoughts. Examine your mind before you put anything out there. Question. Thinking takes discipline. All right? It takes discipline. Discipline your mind. Discipline your mind. Wrong thinking is much more harmful to any person than anything they can say. I'm going to say it again. Wrong thinking. Wrong thinking is more harmful to any person more than anything that they could say. Learn how to think right. Learn how to think right, even before you say it. But your thought, bad mind. Bad mind. You don't want to be a bad mind. Your thought is what keeps you. Whether it's the memories, is what holds you back. So learn how to think right. Learn how to discipline that mind. Learn how to think the thoughts that you only want. Not what you don't want, not what you fear. Don't think what you fear. Don't think about fear. Just keep it moving. You must protect your mind. You must guard your thinking. You must guard your thinking. That's what the conscious mind does. That's why it's important not to sit in front of the TV all day. That's why it's important to be careful what you feed your mind. Whether it's music, certain music. I don't have anything against watching TV or listening to music, but you have to know when enough is enough. If you sit listening to music about killing all day, what kind of thoughts you're going to have? If you're listening to music about sex all day, what do you think you're going to be thinking? If you're thinking about music, talking about robbing people all day, what do you think is going to be on your mind? If you're thinking about getting paid all day, what's going to be on your mind? You're programming yourself whether you realize it or not. Whether you realize it is what you put inside you. Read good books. Watch good shows. Choose what you want. Choose what you want. We must simplify the work of thought control. Don't make it hard. Simplify your responsibility of controlling your thoughts. Because mental illness is a big topic these days. And I'm not saying it's real or it's not real. I'm just saying it's a big topic. But it's your responsibility to control your thought and your thinking. It's yours. Start by centering yourself. Start by reading good material. Start by listening to some great educational materials. The discipline of the mind is hard and it's painful work. The discipline of the mind, and I'm getting this from D. Lawrence, Dr. D. Lawrence in the Master Key, and I just really started it. So I figured everybody was asking me about this other book, and if X was into this book as well. I don't think X was into this book, but I think they're very similar. I think I don't want to say somebody took from somebody, but clearly Dr. D. Lawrence was talking about concentration and the mind and the importance of it from what I'm gathering. And Charles Hannah was talking pretty much about the same thing. So the real deal is concentrating, focusing on your thoughts, and pondering what it is. Don't let your thoughts run away. So I appreciate you guys for showing up with me. I thank you guys. I hope you have a great strong end. I hope you do what you need to do. Remember, the thought world. The thought world is what's important. Focus on yourself. Concentrate on your mind. Concentrate. Don't feed anything outside of yourself. Feed your mind. Feed it information. Feed it knowledge. Don't worry about the haters. We don't care about these haters because we're infinite creators. Create and evolve. Create and evolve. Invest in yourself. Invest in your mind. If you don't grow, you know what happens. I'm going to say that. If you don't grow, you know what happens. Remember, if you like this content, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you want these vids or you want the spanking new vids, don't forget to hit the notification bell right there. Don't forget to share. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for rocking with me.